everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. Today I'm going to be reviewing Cameron by Jon Renau in the light cap construction. Now I have reviewed Zara and Julianne in the light cap, and there's so many things I love about the light cap, and then there's a few things that make me just wonder, what were they thinking? And we'll talk about that when we get into this review. So I have had Cameron before in the original hand-tied cap. One thing about Cameron is she looks like a longer bob sort of style, but unfortunately she has these really kind of crazy flips that go on at the end of the wig, and they were a little unruly for me when I purchased the first one, and plus the density was a little heavy down at the bottom, so I felt like I was battling those flips all day when I was wearing it. I ended up selling her, or I think I probably donated her to. I don't know. So when the new light cap collection came out and I loved Julianne and Zara, I decided to give this one a try. And also because I got her for a really good price. I purchased this wig from Pretty Wigs to You, a Canadian-based wig boutique. She specializes in Jon Renau wigs, and she had this one on a clearance with an additional 30% off. And so I thought, you know what, let's do it. The color was Martini, which I have had several wigs before in that color. Took the risk, and we're going to give it a try. I am currently wearing right now Estetica. This is Avalon in the color Vanilla Macchiato. I almost said caramel. I did put the braid in her. I do have the video on my YouTube channel showing how to put that braid in. This is the same braid from that video. Like I said, it's very easy to braid this and put it right back on. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about first, in case you've never seen what the light cap construction is I want to talk about the cap. She is a 100% hand-tied cap. One of the things that is different about the light cap collection is that they have polyurethane ear tabs that are very, very thin and light. It's all 100% hand-tied, very light cap. Material is just amazing. And then it has the polyurethane strip along the nape with the Velcro and adjusters. The nape area here, again, it's not as thick. If you were to feel these ear tabs and then like the ear tabs on this wig, or to feel the nape area here and the nape on this wig, it is very different. This is much lighter and smoother and just, now, there's some things about this wig that I don't care for, and we'll talk about that once I put this on. I did try her on when I got her, and I could tell right away she was going to be better than the original Cameron. All right, let me slide her on here. And then we'll talk about those few things that make me wonder what they were thinking. Listen, I just got to tell you, okay, I love Estetica wigs. I have tons of Estetica wigs. But when you take that cap off and you put this one on, it's just different. It's better. It just is. I love it. It's just so light. It almost feels like you're not wearing a wig. All right, so this is the color Martini. Now, Martini is considered a gray wig, and I can understand that. It does look gray in some lighting, but it's also kind of a gray, ashier blonde too. It is non-rooted, so if you don't like the roots, or not the roots, but like the dark knots from a root, Martini would be, this doesn't know where it wants to go. Martini is a good color. The flips are still a part of this wig, and I just don't care for them. There's times where, like, if you just mess it up at times, you just never know what it's going to do. And it likes to do these flips where it's coming towards my face right here. So just me standing here, like, I can see these flips, and I don't care for that. Now, let's talk about what I don't care about with this wig. One of the things that they did is they extended the lace front. That lace comes all the way down to here. I want to turn this light off for a second because I think you can see it just a little bit better. Yeah. So see how I'm standing here and you turn to the side? There's that lace line. It's longer, it's thicker. I don't understand why they did this, because the thing of it is the one area that I think women are the most insecure about when it comes to wearing a wig is what their hairline looks like. From a distance, wigs can look very realistic. The giveaway is when you get up close and you see what's going on right here. So the one thing we are so insecure about, Jon Renau exposed more and made bigger. I just, Jon, if you're listening to me, why? I'm just not sure why you went this route. And then the thing of it is they actually tell you to not cut the lace. How do you not? I mean, that's just so there, and I can feel it. It's actually kind of weird when I'm putting this wig on. I don't know how far to pull it back because of how far that lace comes down. The other thing that it does is it wraps down around here. Oh, let me turn the light back on. Sorry. It wraps down around the ear tab. And this can just kind of like flip up really easily. You would have to secure that down. And to me, sometimes once you start getting glue and adhesive underneath there, if you don't do it just right, it will start to get a little like thick and crusty underneath the lace, and then that becomes exposed more and your eye will get drawn to that. Now, this is what I have done in my other light caps. I have cut the lace right up to the hairline, and then I have cut it all the way down and around the ear tab. Now, one of the things that you do not want to do, and let me take this wig off to show you. So the very first time I decided to cut around the ear tab, I almost took the wig off, started right here, and I was going to follow the ear tab as my guide. Look at that. Do you see all those fibers I would have cut off? And if I would have followed that up into here, what I would have ruined this. I would have been cutting into lace that shouldn't have been cut into, and it would have been really bad. So if you do want to take it off to cut, make sure you're not following the ear tab as the guide. You're following the hairline as the guide. So you want to be right along the edge of the hairline there. I hope that makes sense when you see that. Or you can do it with it on. And that's how I did it. And I'm so glad I did, because honestly, I would have did it wrong. I wouldn't have thought about it, and I would have started cutting, and then it would have been a nightmare. The other thing that happens with this lace, this is now going to be the third time that I put it on. I put it on when I got it, put it on for this review. Here's the third time. My makeup's already on it. So it's just too much lace. So I will cut it off and we'll call it a day. So again, these flips are not my favorite. However, the density of this wig is 1,000 times better than the original Cameron. And the original Cameron, when I would look at it in the back, it was like so heavy, and with those flips, I felt like the back never would lay right. It almost just wanted to shift, like there's this little to the back. I don't know if that makes sense or if you can understand what I'm saying there, but it's just so heavy down there, it wouldn't move. See, I just don't like what these flips will do at times. Let me 360 for you. The back has a lot more movement, and it's not so thick and heavy down here at the bottom like the original cap is. All right, so here is what I'm going to be doing with this wig. tomorrow I am taking this to my stylist, and what she's going to do, I really just want this to, I wish this wig was just a straight wig, but it's okay. And Crystal, I saw her do, she steamed these out. She steamed them, made it straight. She's fabulous with the steamer. I am not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my stylist just take the edges off right here where they like to flip up, and just kind of make it almost like this length right here. And I still think after we cut that off, there's going to be some movement at the ends, but not where they're going to want to flip up a whole lot. I have not done anything to the hairline or the part. The thing about these light construction caps is that you don't need to do like the plucking of the part like you do on some of the other ones. See, that's what I'm cutting off, like right there. Just gone. And then if it needs a little work, I have a hot air brush that I can use for it. I will be doing a follow-up video on this wig tomorrow after I get my hair, after I get it trimmed up, and I'll come back and show you what it was like. Now, this is something that I'm not afraid to cut my wigs. However, a straight across, like around the bottom cut can be very difficult. And I would prefer it to be on my head, not my canvas head when I do it. What it looks like cut straight around on the canvas head to when I put it back on my head could be totally different. And I'm just not even going to risk it. I made the appointment. I'm going to wear it in. Please help me. Let's fix this. We'll do a follow-up with it. And if you have not purchased a light cap construction, I really suggest it. They are more expensive, but I'll tell you, once I get this lace off, because it's itchy as sin right now on my forehead, it just, again, here's my thing, Jon Renau. If you're listening, you took that area that we're the most insecure about, made it bigger, and charged us more. Do something different with this lace. Do something different with it around the ear tabs. The concept of the cap and the density, you nailed. It was fabulous. But this lace has got to go. I would rather pay more money for a more expensive lace that's more iridescent, softer, lighter, a lighter lace to go with your light cap. And I think you would nail it. And maybe just not extend it so much around the ear tabs and stuff. People just don't know what to do when they get it. In fact, there have been some people that thought their wig was defected because of how much lace it had. And a lot of people are not comfortable with cutting the lace or making modifications. The other thing that's really great about this light cap is when you put it behind your ear, that it's so much easier to do than with some of the thicker wigs because it can get really bulky and thick. Now, what I will do after I cut that lace is I'm going to put some baby hairs around there. I've done that with my wig Julianne. And I will, again, put that video in the description box so you can go and find that and see how I do that. I have done that now with several of my wigs. So if I do put it behind my ear, it's just not so like thick with the ear tab, and those baby hairs in there really just kind of camouflage it. All right, I will be following up with you with this wig once I get the flips cut off, and the lace will also be cut when I come back with the video review. I'll also have the baby hairs in, and I'll have it just exactly how I want it to be for the next time I wear it. So make sure you expand the description box. Look for all the links in there to easily find the other videos that I was talking about today. My Facebook page link will be in there. All my before and after pictures are on there. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. All right, we'll talk with you soon.